yeah. If you wanna fight, no, I'll stand right beside you.
Hello and welcome back to Work Wednesday. I'm Sheen, your host, and today we're joined by Ali.
Hello.
How are you, Ali?
I'm great.
Why are you so happy?
I just had a session with my writing coach who I haven't spoken to in a long time, and I feel very optimistic and energized having just spoken to him. So I feel like I'm like really tired, but I've got like a spring in my proverbial step.
Yeah, but I feel like he's always quite good at giving you a little therapy session.
It's great, yeah.
He just reminds you how he thinks you're great, etc. I'm pretty sure he doesn't believe any of it, but he's just very good at like telling you, I think you're the best thing ever, isn't it?
Like, man, I need to hear it from someone in my life at least, so it's got to be done.
Are you pretending like no one else tells you that?
No one else gasses me. Gasses me up.
Great, good.
Other than the lovely people in YouTube comments, they gas me up. I just went through one of my videos and I just did a hearting spree. I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, why haven't you done it in a while?
I haven't really got around to it.
Why?
I don't know. I think I was avoiding comments because I was getting some hate comments, and then I just stopped reading them. But now I realise that actually like 99.9% of them are really nice, and so I should just read them and heart them.
Yeah, because if you people say bad things, then
Yeah.
you don't recognise the good things.
I know, it's really bad. But now I've got a spring in my proverbial step, so it's all good.
Nice. All right. What are we talking about today?
What are we talking about today?
Yes. It's a good question. I'm glad neither of us know. No, I do know. So, yeah, I mean, talking about your book as well, you know how whenever I tell you why do you work so hard, you say, it's not work, it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, I'm about to start a job that's going to be a lot of work.
Oh, okay.
So-
Do you mean a lot of fun?
Yes. How do I turn into that mindset? I feel like a lot of people always say, how do you manage to do all of these things at the same time? So I thought we'd ask from the productivity guru himself. Some might say toxic.
Some might say toxic. Yeah. I don't get the whole toxic thing.
You don't get it?
Like, my whole spiel is that to be productive, focus on having fun. Like, what is toxic about that?
Okay, but when you say you need to watch TV at 3 times speed and when something happens, pause it and then watch.
I don't think
Like,
you need to.
do you not see how people will see that that's toxic?
I don't say you need to. I say it's
You don't say you need to, but you say this is how you do things.
It's an alternative way of appreciating art.
Right.
Like, I prefer to listen to audiobooks at 2x speed because it just goes faster.
Right. But then what are you optimizing for? What are you saving time for?
Optimizing for enjoyment. I genuinely enjoy TV shows more when they are at 1.5 or 2 times speed.
Right. But can you see how people would take that as a toxic trait?
I mean, that's like someone who enjoys running through the countryside rather than walking through the countryside. Like, you wouldn't say that's toxic health.
It's not the same thing.
Okay. Or why people enjoy driving a car at 80 miles per hour rather than 40 miles per hour going through the countryside.
It's not the same thing.
Why is it not the same thing?
Because when you're driving, the aim is to get from point A to point B. But when you are watching something or reading a book, and for example, when you're watching something, there's cinematography, people putting time into the background music, the effects and all of that. And if you're not enjoying all of that, and the point again is to get from the start time to the end time of the movie.
Why do you think that's the point?
No, but I'm saying if your attitude is viewed as, I need to get this done, therefore you're watching it fast and ignoring all of the things on the side, like the emotions and people's faces and stuff like that. I totally agree.
It's
not that. No, I'm just saying it's not the same as driving faster.
I respectfully disagree. So I think if that were my position, if it were my position that I need to get through this as soon as possible so that I can do more work, I agree, that would be toxic productivity.
Yes.
But, you know, we've got a friend, Angus, who has a motorbike, and he enjoys going for a ride sometimes, right? He's not trying to get from point A to B. He's literally doing a circle around the countryside, enjoying the feeling of riding the motorbike. Some people would say, you know, some people enjoy riding a motorbike at 20 miles per hour to really take in the scenery and smell the roses. Angus enjoys riding his motorbike at 80 miles per hour because it's just more fun going through the countryside at a higher speed. There is no ulterior objective here. The objective is to have a nice time. And some people enjoy things faster rather than slower.
Yes.
In some contexts.
Yes.
And so for me, I actually get more joy out of listening to an audiobook at 2.5x speed. I get more joy out of watching a TV show at 2x speed or 1.5x speed than I do at watching it at 1 time speed. And as a side effect, it also then means that I don't have to spend as much time watching the TV show. I would rather watch the same TV show in half an hour so then I can do something else that's fun and useful, like go to the gym or something like that, or hang out with you, or like, I don't know, call someone. or do some writing, or just do anything. I'd rather do that if the TV show lasted half an hour rather than a TV show lasting 1 hour.
Right. But
yes,
I agree with you on that.
Okay.
But do you see how if someone is constantly trying to, be productive throughout the day?
Okay.
Right? Because I don't know why we're talking about this hate video again. But basically, they were just talking about how, if you're optimizing the way you watch TV, so that's your entertainment that you're optimizing.
I'm optimizing it for fun.
Yes.
It's like I play Ratchet and Clank on like very hard difficulty.
Yes.
It means I die more often, but I'm having more fun because it's more of a challenge.
Right.
People, why not play it on easy and just enjoy the storyline? Well, I genuinely find it more fun when the game is a bit more of a challenge.
No, but you did not let me finish.
Please.
So if the image that you're projecting, I'm not saying this is what you are projecting actively, but what you're projecting is, I need to optimize the timing of my entertainment, of my work, of everything I do, right?
Okay.
Every aspect of your life. What you show on the internet is that you can optimize each aspect of your life. And then what they mean by toxic productivity is that then you are putting this out there, and then people watching you will feel bad about their performance, thinking, well, I'm not doing all of that, so I should be working more. And then it kind of glamorizes the whole, let's work 24 hours a day, and the whole let's work during the weekend, 9 to 5 is a social construct, work is fun, just keep working, blah, blah, blah. So that's the link that people make between toxic productivity, and if someone is just constantly giving you tips on how to make every aspect of your life productive, because you're not showing the part of your life where you're not productive.
I have dozens of day in the life vlogs where I'm not particularly productive.
Which you call productive.
Well, yeah, which is like
I know, it's tongue-in-cheek, but I don't think people get that.
I see. Okay. So
have you read the comments on like your productive morning or something? Like literally people are like, how is this guy real? Blah, blah, blah. They literally think you're being serious.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I make videos as a joke, and half the people watching the videos think I'm being serious.
Yes.
And that ties into their narrative that Ali Abdaal is a toxic productivity guy.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, fair enough.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to actually like genuinely have a conversation with someone who thinks that I peddle toxic productivity.
Okay, but Elizabeth made a video about this, didn't she? How she's against productivity, and she talked about like you and the other big YouTubers who talk about productivity all the time.
She did. Like there was nothing particularly controversial in that video.
Oh, I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I actually watched it. I was like, it was a clickbait title and thumbnail.
Okay.
Yeah.
But she wasn't like, taking a stand against productivity in that.
Oh God, no.
Oh.
At least not as far as I remember.
Disappointing.
It was nothing particularly controversial.
Okay.
But also, like, how are we defining productivity? Like,
Yeah, it's a lot of thing about defining productivity and what does it mean,
I mean,
etc.
if to me, productivity, as I have said in multiple videos, is a product of meaning and efficiency and enjoyment. If people think productivity is just about efficiency, then I agree. Efficiency for its own sake, probably not the best way of living life. But when I think of the word productivity, I don't think being efficient to absolutely everything. I think, how do we optimize for doing what's meaningful, doing what's fun, and as a side effect, doing all those things efficiently if we want to.
Yeah.
So to me, this is productive. Hanging out with you is productive. I'm not trying to optimize it for efficiency. I'm optimizing for meaning and enjoyment. But it counts as productive hanging out because it's a thing that I've decided I want to do, and then I'm doing it. And
is that the same if we weren't hanging out but not filming?
Yeah.
Why is that productive? Oh, because you're...
As in, if I want to do the thing, like for example, we went out for dinner with Jake and Molly yesterday, I would count that as a productive use of time.
Right. Because it ticks all the boxes.
Yeah, it was something I wanted to do. I enjoy hanging out with these people, enjoy going out and it's something that added meaning and joy to my life, and therefore, in my book, it is a productive use of time.
But do you see how this is not how the majority of people would define productivity?
Maybe. I mean, I think, if you're using a purely economic definition of productivity, like generating economic output, then fine. Sure. By all means. Those people clearly haven't seen my online course on Skillshare about productivity.
Don't.
And how it's it's all about meaning and joy, man.
Okay.
Yeah. But genuinely, I would love to speak to someone who has this, who genuinely thinks that I think a good question to ask is like, what is the position you think I am taking that you disagree with? And I often find that if I disagree with someone, and I really ask that question, like, what's actually the position I think they hold that I disagree with? I find that the position I'm crafting for them, which is not something they've said, is a caricature of the thing that they're actually saying. It is like an
extreme version.
a stupidly extreme version of the thing. Obviously, if my position was watch TV at 4x speed because then you can watch TV shows 4 times faster and then you can get back to doing your work, I agree. I would be the first to whip myself for being toxic productivity. But my position is, enjoy art in the way that you want to. You know, Christopher Nolan did not intend for Dunkirk to be shown on airplane screens. A bunch of people watched it on an airplane screen. Who cares? Like, once art is out into the world, it's up to you how you consume it. Whether it's at 1x speed or 2x speed or 3x speed or 0.5x speed because English isn't your first language and you prefer to, to understand the words a bit slowly. Or like, I don't know, preferring a faster remix of an Ed Sheeran song rather than the original Ed Sheeran song because it's a bit slow for you. Like, people have different ways of enjoying art.
Okay, so I think based on, I mean, I don't think you are toxic.
Well, thank you. At least not
in the
productivity
part. But I think if I try to understand where people are coming from, I think what grates people is that it comes across as you're so robotic.
Okay.
And you're just like work, let's get things done.
Okay.
And it feels, because people don't know you,
Yeah.
they don't know your life, they only see what you put on the internet,
Okay.
then they feel like you do not enjoy things that normal people would enjoy and have part of their life, like hanging out with people. So that what you just said earlier, I just thought about it, where you were like, oh, yesterday having dinner with Molly and Jake for me was productive. People would interpret that as he would only hang out with his friends if it's like in the calendar, if it was accounted for, this is the kind of like...
It's got to be in the calendar. The calendar is how I
yeah, it has to be in the calendar.
Cool.
But it's like the allocated time for hanging out with friends.
Sure.
And we're not going to go past that. It's kind of like very detached way and robotic way of living life.
What, by sticking to a calendar?
Not just sticking to a calendar, but the fact that most of your life is you optimizing yourself and your business. And
like my work.
Yeah, your
which
work.
Which is what we spend 80,000 hours in our lives doing. Okay.
I know.
The majority of our waking time we spend doing work.
I'm not denying that.
Okay.
I'm just saying that this is what it comes across as, that you are just optimizing for these things, and like you don't show, like you don't watch TV, relaxing, watching TV, you're not gonna do nothing, because that's what people see on the internet. They don't see you sitting on the toilet on Twitter for like 45 minutes.
I mean...
So then that's why people feel like, oh, this guy, he definitely is not like this in real life. He's not always productive, but on the internet, he's trying to shove it down your throat that he's productive and these other ways to be productive. Surely you get that.
I mean, it's just a complete caricature based on kind of lack of context. And it would be like, let's say, I don't know, we look at Scott Herman Fitness, who makes workout videos. Every single one of his videos is related to workouts.
Yes.
If someone were to be like, bro, Scott Herman, you act as if you work out 24/7. He'd be like, bro, I teach people how to work out. Like, my content is about how to work out. I'm not going to show a video of me hanging out with my friends because that's irrelevant to the thing that I'm teaching on the internet.
Yeah, but it's different because you also show your lifestyle videos, right? Yeah. You show a day in the life. You will, and when you're not just showing how to improve your work, you're also showing how to improve your entertainment, how to improve how you read, how to improve how you spend time with people.
Okay, I don't show how to improve how to spend time with people. Improving how you read, i.e. taking notes from how you read, is very much it fits into the wheelhouse of things that I'm happy to talk about.
But honestly, do you not see the point? That it's not like this person is only showing one aspect of their life, but for you, you are kind of showing every aspect of your life.
I agree, and I would
But it is not your whole life. I know that, you know that you're not showing your whole life.
I mean, like, honestly, I would challenge anyone who accuses me of toxic productivity to watch a pick any day in the life vlog where I literally show 24 hours of my day or 18 hours of my day. And I don't think anyone can brand me as being a particularly productive beast in those vlogs.
Yeah, but you do understand that people who are saying you're a toxic productivity
they don't watch the vlogs.
They don't watch everything of yours. They're not analyzing everything. These are just people who are saying things based out of context, right?
So it's people who watch a video being like, why I watch TV at 3x speed or why I read books at 2x speed.
Yeah, and then they go on your YouTube channel and they see every title has productive in it.
Okay, and without watching the video, without appreciating that a big, like half of the productive titles are satire, these people would take those two bits of context, that Ali watches TV at 3x speed and reads books at 2x speed, extrapolate from all of that this story that the only thing Ali cares about is productivity, and then craft this narrative that every single second of his day has to be efficient, despite the fact that there are about 85 vlogs on my channel showing a whole day in my life, which I don't think anyone would call as being particularly productive.
But that's the whole thing. They don't think you are productive. They think you are putting up a facade that you're productive and selling that image to people, being like, it's attainable, when this is not the truth that you are living. Okay,
but it's also not the truth that I'm showing.
I know, but this is the impression.
Which goes back to my original point of, I would love to speak to one of these
people.
Yeah,
just ask one of them to send you an email.
Yeah, to hop on a Zoom call or something. Yeah. Because if it is the case that someone has watched 2 videos and has read a bunch of titles and has used that to craft a narrative, it's just lazy. It's lazy journalism. It's just freaking stupid. Why would you do that? But I feel like, I don't know, I'm more than open to having a conversation with someone about it who wants to call me out for being toxically productive, but I would just ask, do your homework. Is that fair?
Yeah, I think it's fair to have a conversation because I clearly can't explain it because I don't feel it. But I did tell you this, that after having been around you, I feel bad watching TV, for example.
Okay. Why?
Because it's nothing you do.
I was playing Ratchet & Clank for 4 hours yesterday.
4 hours?
Yeah.
When?
Between like 8 p.m. and midnight.
I mean, we came back from dinner at 10:30.
Alright, well, whatever. Between like 11 p.m. and like 2 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah. Why do you feel bad watching TV?
But you've literally played this game twice now. Like, it's not something you do every night.
It came out like 3 days ago.
Yeah. No, but that's what I'm saying. You don't play it every night for like 4 hours.
Correct.
What I'm saying is, usually during the day, I'm watching TV while you're working. And since I quit my job, I've been to WeWork more than I've been while I was actually working because I feel now there's this thing in my head of like, well, I should be using my time. Why am I wasting my time? And I don't know how to not do anything now because it's just being around you, you're constantly doing something.
Yeah, because I'm constantly doing stuff that's fun.
Yeah, but that's not the point. The point is that you don't stop, right? You rarely stop.
I mean, I had 4 hours earlier today where I was just kind of sitting there and thinking. I went for a little walk for an hour around the neighborhood.
When?
From like 5 to 6 p.m.
You went for a walk?
Yeah, just roaming around, where near Ottawa Kitchen, like that kind of green.
Were you just
area.
procrastinating?
No, I was thinking.
Walking? Okay. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, it was great.
Walking is good for thinking.
But
No, but that's not the point. Again, this is the first time you've done this. You're pretending like you got walks every day for a little thinking time. You don't.
No, I mean, it's a new thing I've decided to schedule into my calendar.
Exactly. So it's the first time you're doing this. But, for example, we were comparing your calendar to Olia's calendar. Yeah. You know how your calendar is always full of things to do.
Yeah.
And therefore you're always making things happen. And it's kind of like inspiring, right? To other people being like, oh, look, you should. And you know how you say, if you want to do something, there's always time to do it, blah, blah, blah. Don't make excuses. And it is good in that way that, I do feel like, okay, I should be doing stuff. I should not waste my time. But then it's not your responsibility how people take that. But like, for example, now I feel bad watching TV and you're not responsible for that.
I see.
I am responsible for that because this is how I feel based on the fact that you're working.
Okay.
And I think that's probably how these people are also feeling.
Okay.
When they were like, oh, he's going to tell me to type faster. He's going to tell me to watch TV faster. He's going to tell me to read faster. He's going to tell me to do everything faster. But what are we running for? It's a bit... Do you get that? I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. I'm just saying, do you see the perception?
I see the perception, but again, it's just complete lazy journalism. If that's the thing that people are choosing to take away from an entirely optional video, where the title is how to type really fast. It's not the title is not like you must watch this video and follow these things and your life will improve immeasurably. It's called How to Type Really Fast. And people will watch that video and it's like 9 tips for how to type really fast. Like, here's how you use keyboard shortcuts to type a bit faster. Practice on this website and on this website and on this website. Oh, it's kind of fun. Typeracer.com. You can like play a little game with typing. I mean, if people are using that then I think it comes to this like comparison thing. Like if you're choosing to follow, I don't know, only people with 6-pack abs on Instagram, and you are choosing to follow those people. It's not like it's being shoved down your throat. You have actively chosen to follow those people, and the algorithm is putting stuff in front of you that resonates with the stuff that you watch, whatever. You're actively choosing to follow the people. That's like step number 1. Step number 2 is from that you're saying that, oh, therefore my life sucks and I feel the need to have 6-pack abs and take steroids and whatever and not eat anything. Then if you were to then complain to, I don't know, Jeff Nippard or someone to be like, oh, bro, you're promoting toxic body culture. You're promoting body negativity or whatever. Jeff Nippard would be like, bro, feel free to unfollow me. I post my workouts and I post my abs because it inspires the right sort of people. If it doesn't inspire you, then what are you doing? Why are you watching this shit?
Right, yes.
Yeah.
But that's dismissive, right? That's saying that if you don't like it, don't watch it. Correct, yes. Sure. But also, you do want to understand.
I don't like horror films. I wouldn't say to, I don't know, horror film director, Alfred Hitchcock or whatever, to be like, bro, stop making horror films.
Yes.
I'd be like, I won't watch the horror film.
Yeah, but then haters would not exist if that's how everybody functioned. Being like, oh, I don't like this, I'll stop watching it. Okay. Instead of writing a hate comment. Okay. Right? So that point is a bit null in this situation. Because you're trying to understand why people are saying this.
I understand why people are saying it. But I mean, I think they're just wrong, right? And we've established that the reason why people are saying this, one reason why people are saying this is because they're taking things out of context and doing lazy journalism and then creating a narrative which is just a caricature and not actually true. As one thing. And another thing is the point that you've just made, which is sort of the implicit comparison that people make, which is sort of like, for example, the fact that you feel bad for watching TV is, in the nicest possible way, it's a you problem rather than a me problem.
That's what I said.
Sure. And so if someone on the internet feels that way, that, oh, they watch one of my videos where I talk about how to type faster, or hey, actually, did you know it's kind of, I personally find it more fun listening to audiobooks at 1.5 or 2x speed. And if they were to then extrapolate that to be like, therefore me as an individual, I suck and I'm unproductive and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. That's kind of a them problem rather than a me problem as well. Similar to the horror story thing where it's like,
Yeah, but you know how like when you're an online creator, when you're an influencer and all of that, you are a little bit like, there's like
there's a responsibility to...
Yeah, for lack of a better word, of a moral compass, of like making sure you're not putting something negative out there and you're not reinforcing something negative. Also, you keep inching me out of the table.
I'm sorry. My bad.
And so with that in mind, you do understand how, if I were you, for example, I would like to know what is toxic productivity. Am I actually feeding into that narrative or not?
Sure. I mean, I literally have a video called My Toxic Relationship with Productivity where I talk about this extensively.
Okay. So you do think you have a toxic relationship with productivity?
No, it's a clickbait title. It was, well, the vibe of the video is that, like, at times I can sometimes err too far in that direction where I feel like I struggle to take a break, and etc., etc., etc.
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
Which was like, do you... Oh, it's you. Oh my God. Do you ever think that I need to stop, I need to take a break? Because you don't take breaks.
Do I ever think I need to stop, I need to take a break?
When was the last time you had 24 hours where you did nothing related to any kind of work?
I'm probably on Eid, which was like 2 weeks ago.
On Eid?
Yeah.
Nah, you're on Slack.
I was on Slack.
You would still be replying to messages and stuff on Slack.
I mean, I'd still be replying to messages on WhatsApp if a relevant message came through.
Yeah, but Slack is work. WhatsApp is not work.
Okay.
So you haven't taken 24 hours break. And also on Eid, you slept half of the day.
Okay. And that's bad?
No, I'm just saying, when did you have a day where you did things, but none of it had to do with Slack, with the business, with YouTube, with any aspect of it? Do not talk to any of your team members.
When did I last have a day?
Nothing about the book. No calls.
Oh no, yeah, honestly, it's been a while since I've had a complete day of doing nothing that couldn't in some way be construed as work by someone else.
Right.
But
I'm not saying you posting a photo on Instagram.
I'm not sure what kind of point you're trying to make.
That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is you can't... I feel like you can't stop. And you like, the business doesn't need you. Like, if you took a break for a few days, nothing about the work will stop.
Okay.
But you can't distance yourself.
I can't distance myself.
No, I don't think you can.
Okay, why do you feel this way?
Because you haven't done it.
Okay. But do you not think it's a case of I choose not to distance myself?
I think that's what you're telling yourself.
Okay.
Why don't you try it? We were talking about that idea of you doing a day where you don't go on your laptop or your phone.
Yeah.
Where Angus takes your phone and your laptop.
It'll be kind of interesting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Because I think you either have calls or you are working on something about the work.
Yeah.
But, like, you need a reset.
Okay.
Everybody needs a reset. And also it just gives you so much more perspective when you come back to work. Because if you're constantly in it, you lose the vision of the bigger picture. You lose perspective from the outside.
Absolutely.
So that's why we all know that we need a break so that you come back fresh.
I agree.
But you've never had the fresh comeback.
I think
it
never
hasn't happened.
Never is a bit of an exaggeration.
In the past year, it hasn't happened.
It probably has, but you know, it's. If I were to ask you, I like.
You want to ask me? Yes, you can ask me. I had like.
It's difficult for me.
So many breaks.
It's difficult for me to call to mind the last time I had like 24 hours without doing work, because I don't genuinely don't consider it work.
That's good. That's good.
I consider it work, like replying to random messages on WhatsApp from people asking me for stuff.
Yeah, but people need break from their social life as well sometimes. So people who are always in the social life, they still need break from that. I'm saying that even if you don't see it as work, you see it as fun, you still need break from having all that fun.
Okay.
And you're not taking that break. And I think that's one aspect of not being able to, because of like underlying things, and that might be slightly linked to the toxic productivity thing, and also just feeling like you can't stop.
Feeling like I can't stop.
Yeah, I think subconsciously you think you can't stop.
Okay.
Because you think that you're gonna lose important time. Like, you're like, why would I stop now? I should keep going.
What important time doing what?
Just anything. You know, like, you're just thinking that this is crucial time for the work. Like, why would I take time off now? I don't need time off. I can just get the work going.
Okay.
Like, you don't take days off. Like, you know, like any job, anyone who does work has holidays and vacation. Yeah. We went on holiday to the Cotswolds and you spent 0 time doing anything with us other than meals.
Can I emphasize?
Yeah.
When we arranged our holiday to the Cotswolds, we arranged it as a writing retreat.
And how much writing did you do?
Actually, quite a lot.
No, you didn't. You were on calls the whole Saturday.
I was on calls for about 2 hours on Saturday.
You were on a lot of calls that day. At least the whole morning.
I feel like the point you're currently trying to make does not work, given that the point of this was as a writing retreat.
Okay.
It was let's go to a cool place and get some writing done on my book, so I can get away from like other stuff in the business and from this place in Cambridge.
Right.
So that I can feel a bit more inspired to write.
Sure.
It was great.
Was it?
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Okay.
I made so much progress.
Okay, fine. I'll give you the Cotswolds one.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, normally people will take holiday and vacation and take time off, spend time with their loved ones.
Okay.
And even if not that, but just completely switch off from work.
Sure.
And I understand that given the nature of your work, you can't entirely switch off. But you have to be on Instagram.
I don't have to.
Yeah, but you need to update the fans.
Well, no, it's my team who updates the fans mostly rather than me.
Or me.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. I want to see you take a break so that I am convinced that you can take a break.
Okay. I mean, I can get on board with your point about taking a break and being good.
Yeah.
The reason I would take a break is not to convince you or anyone else that I'm able to take a break.
Yes.
It would be because I want to take a break.
But I don't feel like you will ever want to. I feel like...
You don't feel like I will ever want to?
Yeah.
This, again, sounds like a caricature exaggeration scene. Come on.
Okay,
Let's not do lazy journalism.
But wait, is this thing in here? No. But is this... What I'm saying is...
Yeah.
I don't think you ever feel like you need a break. So you will only take a break if you decide to take one, irrespective of how you're feeling.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I
don't feel
like working out, but I'll schedule it in my calendar so that I do it.
So why haven't you scheduled a day off?
I mean, we have like sabbaticals every 6 weeks. Where
but you worked the entire sabbatical week.
There was stuff going on, and I have it on good faith from someone who's run sabbaticals every 7th week, is that like it takes 1 or 2 weeks, 1 or 2 sabbaticals to really get into the swing of actually doing nothing.
Yeah. Good.
So that's on the cards.
Yeah.
Another thing that's on the cards is no work after like 8 p.m.
God.
Which is why I intended to come home and play Ratchet and Clank, but we were recording this. And then we had a call. I had a call from 10 till 10:45, and I was thinking, okay, cool. I can switch off after that call. I can play some Ratchet and Clank. And you wanted to film another video. I was like, okay, that's fine.
It's all my fault, really.
I mean, I think I can totally get on board with I probably do need to take more breaks. It is very much a work in progress. I think for me, who was I talking to about this? Like, because I enjoy the work and I get into the flow state so easily, if I didn't force myself to stop, I was talking to Dan, my assistant, about this morning. If I didn't force myself to stop, I would just end up working until 11 p.m. And the time would just fly because I'm in the flow state and I'm having fun. And so what I've asked Dan if we can do is, like, once I move to London, if we can schedule like a gym session or a tennis lesson or a workout
so you
or
have
a yoga,
something to end the day.
Something at like 5 or 6 o'clock to force me to leave the office and go to this thing.
End the day.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's sort of a self-awareness thing of recognizing. Yeah, a self-timer. Like a hard stop in my day, which is dependent on me going somewhere, so that it forces me to stop working.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
Yeah. So, fingers crossed.
The point of this video wasn't to talk about you, by the way.
Oh, it wasn't?
No.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember what the point of this video was?
No.
You were meant to give advice on that.
Oh, what about toxic productivity? The advice is optimize for fun, optimize for meaning. Work on things that are fun and meaningful to you. And then productivity takes care of itself.
Those things make no sense. They're such like wishy-washy words.
Well, optimize for fun.
Yeah.
Have more fun.
Okay. How do I have fun when I'm having to learn formulas on Excel?
What's your mindset when you're having to learn formulas on Excel?
So I was thinking about this. I think that if it was something done in person, where there were other people around learning at the same time, it would have been a lot more fun than me watching a video.
I agree.
And then having to do the test at the end. So you have like a few lessons and then you have an exercise and stuff. So what I've been doing is skipping the lessons, going to the exercise, and then going back to the videos to find the relevant bits for each exercise.
Nice. So you're turning it into more of a game for yourself.
It's more about me trying to get it done as fast as possible.
Oh, wow. Look who's promoting toxic productivity there. As fast as possible.
And then I did one of the tests, and I counted how many questions there were, and what percentage I needed to pass, and how many questions I could afford to not do.
Okay. That's sensible.
And I passed.
Great. Fantastic.
I was surprised.
Just being efficient.
Yeah. But, yeah, so it's not fun. I am doing all of this, but I still don't find it fun.
Okay.
Yeah. So how do I make it fun?
So firstly, I think the way you're approaching this is kind of like... I think you're approaching this without the best of intentions. At least the way that you currently said that was like, all right, Mr. Productivity Fun Guru, I've got this boring ass Excel thing that I have to do. Tell me how to make it fun. How dare you? Is sort of the vibe that kind of came across in the thing that you just said.
That's not the vibe. Okay. The vibe was you keep telling me to optimize for fun.
Yeah.
And I said, as an example, I'm having to do this very boring thing.
Yeah.
How would you make this fun?
Sure. A few things.
Touchy.
A few things. I think firstly is the mindset. And what was telling, which a lot of us kind of fall into, is this thing that you just said of, I'm having to do ...
Oh, yeah.
And
definitely feels like I have to do this.
Yeah.
Because it says mandatory there.
Okay.
Rather than, optional.
Optional, sure. I mean, one tip that I got from a chap called Seth Godin, who's very cool, is a simple mindset shift. It's a difference between have to and get to.
Yeah.
And anytime I find myself doing something that is not fun, a lot of the time it's because subconsciously I'm thinking about it as I have to do this. And it's very difficult to have fun with something that you have to do.
Yes.
It's a lot easier to have fun with something that you get to do. And for me, like, genuinely, I find, like, especially when I was working in medicine, where it would be approaching the end of a 13-hour shift, and then the nurse is like, oh, can you put a cannula, this IV inside a patient? I would, like, my first response would be, oh God, okay, fine. I'm gonna have to do this thing. And then I would be like, no, I get to do this thing. And I'd remind myself of the immensely privileged position I'm in, and, like, genuinely try and feel that gratitude of thinking, okay, I get to do this, I'm in a great position, this is awesome. And then it just that shift would just make it more fun. And so I literally used to have a post-it note on my computer before I gave the monitor away called have to versus get to.
Okay.
So that's one tip.
That's a good point. I've always wanted this job and I got it.
Yeah.
And it's just the training part of the job, so I should feel like I get to do this rather than I have to do this.
But also, there's the other thing is just, like, gratitude. Like, imagine how great your life is. You don't have a job. You can do whatever the hell you want. You're chilling in WeWork, like, for free. And you're hanging out with your friends, and you're doing this training, learning how to improve your skills in Microsoft Excel, which is, like, genuinely a really useful life skill to have. Like, that's incredible. Life is so great.
That's true.
And so that, again, just, like, filling yourself with gratitude about that. Like, I find that when I make a conscious effort to do it, that overrides the, I have to do this thing.
Yes.
Which would otherwise be my default thought process.
Oh, great point. Look at you being all wholesome. That was a very good point.
Okay.
I'll take that on board.
Right.
Cool. What about when I have to work long hours?
When you have to work long hours?
When I get to work long hours, I guess.
Okay. So do you find working long hours not fun?
I've never done it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think you might not enjoy it?
Well, everyone is painting the picture that that's difficult.
Okay. I mean, yeah, working long hours are difficult. If your energy levels are going down, if your kind of willpower is being depleted. Controversial, but yeah.
Why controversial?
It's controversial about whether willpower exists. I mean, when it comes to the whole working long hours thing, usually, like, from the various people I've spoken to, and certainly I found that when working long hours, if there is a trick to it, that trick is to try and get into the flow state. So sort of that feeling that I was describing when it's like, yeah, I'll just work till 11 p.m. and not realizing it because I'm doing something that's where I'm in the flow state. And the way we get into the flow state, there's a bunch of research around this, essentially working on something where there's a sufficient level of challenge, where we don't have many distractions, and where we can feel ourselves making progress. And so if you can kind of get those conditions right, put your phone away, make sure you're working on something that's sufficiently challenging, and feel yourself making progress at it and track your progress. That will often keep you going to working long hours, and you'll probably find it fun. It'll be tiring. Obviously, there's no getting around that because it's like running a marathon is tiring. Yes. But it will probably be more fun.
Yeah.
So
that's the whole point.
That would be how you kind of do the long hours thing. But obviously, long hours are suboptimal. Want to take a break, etc.
Okay. I'll try to remember to take a break. Yeah. Great. I think, any other advice? I
mean, I've got a whole book that I'm writing about this.
You're writing a book? Haven't heard about this.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When is the book coming out?
Probably in like 2023.
Okay. I can push it in Dubai for you, in the whole Middle East.
Amazing. Yeah, thanks, man. That's very kind. Yeah. I'll have all the contacts.
All the rich sheikhs.
You can ask your corporate. You can ask the firm to buy it for all the stuff.
You could just come down, do a little spiel about.
I can do a spiel about it.
How to make work more fun.
Make work more. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they'll just buy all your books. Yeah.
Good message for the corporate world. How to increase employee productivity by having fun.
Yeah.
That was a joke.
And then we can just show them this Work Wednesday about how I prepared, and that's how I'm excelling at the job because
Exactly.
you prepared me.
Exactly, because you're having fun.
Exactly.
It's a mindset shift. Have to versus get to.
There we go. And now they have proof that
proof.
you've actually helped me 2 years ago.
Proof is in the pudding. Is that the phrase? I don't know. I don't know what the phrase is.
I've never heard of this before. Proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, I think that's a thing. Can't remember. I don't know what it means.
We'll take your word
The
for
proof.
it.
I think it means something like the proof is self-evident.
But why is it in the pudding?
I don't know. It's just one of those phrases. I could be completely wrong. Please do correct me in the comments down below.
Yeah. Well, this was our last in-person Work Wednesday.
We said that last time as well, didn't we? The last
We
episode.
do. Well, we filmed it on the same day. I think
Filmed
it's
on the
kind of
same-
obvious now.
Oh, is it?
I mean, I didn't get changed.
I'm wearing different outfits, so...
Yeah, I'm always surprised how you get changed, but I don't.
Yeah, obviously, I want to put effort into your YouTube channel.
Oh, why?
Because it's important.
Oh, that's really nice. That's very kind. And then what you get in return? Hate comments.
It's fine. It's fine.
Well, it has been wonderful. Work Wednesday has been great. I hope you had fun.
I did. It's actually been quite fun.
Now I need to replace you with a Middle Eastern. We need to find a Middle Eastern alley.
Yeah, find someone with a stronger jawline than me.
Yeah.
Should be easy enough.
Yeah. Just let me know.
All
You
right.
know. All right. Well,
Perfect.
thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me on.
That's all right. We'll see you next time. Bye.